What's up, guys? We are back with another live. Today, we're going to be discussing a little bit of post trade deadline play here in the MLB, a little bit of Patriots training camp, a little bit of Terry McLaurin and Micah Parsons. And I also have a interesting tweet um, to present about the New York Yankees and the Miami Marlins. Um, So let's just get right into it, I guess. So, guys, how do you guys feel about your teams, actually, first of all, after the trade deadline here? And I know you probably have something to say about your Yankees, and I definitely know Angela has something to say about the Phillies. So,
You know, it's looking pretty good so far with the new Phillies pickups. I mean, Johan Duran, um, forgot his name. Uh, now
Bader?
I just look like a bandwagon now, but that's fine. That's fine. Bader, Harrison Bader. There we go. Johan Duran, Harrison Bader, two great pickups for the Phillies. I mean, wow. Johan Duran last night was excellent for his first outing as a Philly. Can't wait to see that some more. Harrison Bader tonight wasn't too good, but there's room for improvement, and I hope that the Phillies can work off of that.
Absolutely. Yeah, we had a little bit of a comeback from come from behind win the other day, so it wasn't too bad of a start there after the deadline, and then you had today, which was not horrible. You know
It's
what I
pretty
mean? Today wasn't so bad for you guys.
no.
It was a 7-5 loss. It was a little bit like it was closer in the beginning, the first like 3 or 4 innings, and then the Tigers kind of pulled away, and the Phillies kind of they kind of came back a little bit, and they decided to do their own thing, but they weren't able to pretty much get the job done. Which it's fine. It's against the Tigers team who is it looks like they're starting to find their groove as of today. They're 65-47.
Mm-hmm.
They are still atop their division very, very well far ahead of the Guardians. The Guardians are 56-54. They're in a pretty easy division. So I don't see any of the Guardians or the Royals or the Twins or the White Sox. I can't see any of them probably making the playoffs. Um, and I think that the Mariners and the Rangers and Red Sox, Yankees will 100% be fighting for a couple spots, and that'll interchange 1,000%. The Phillies, on the other hand, you guys got to fight against the Mets.
Yeah,
It's
but
not going to be all that easy, but you guys are in the second wild card. Hopefully, the Padres don't win tonight, so they don't really catch up to you guys. They're playing the Cardinals, who are a significant amount of games back here from the wild card. They're about 6.5 games back from the NL wild card. And I think it's interesting. The Phillies are in an interesting situation because clearly the Brewers, Dodgers, and Mets are the three best teams. I mean, unless you want to count the Cubs in that category too, I guess, for the wild card. But the Cubs are a clear cut too, another contender. They had a little bit, I wouldn't say a skid, but they played a little bit ish. Um, after the All Star break at times, and I think that the Phillies have a real chance if they lock in here. I just think that the consistency is the biggest problem with the Phillies.
for sure, for sure.
Um, More so the pitching staff, just the inconsistency there. I don't think defense is much of a problem, and I don't think that obviously the lineup is the issue or the bats. I just think if you can get consistent relief pitching, the bullpen pitching, if you can get consistent pitching, like just like the Red Sox, pretty much,
Yeah,
which we will dive into that in a second. I think that 100% could alter the Phillies from, I guess, on the outside looking in the wild card and really trying to get themselves into the leaderboard here with the leaders.
for sure, for sure.
So that's kind of my take on that. I don't know how you feel about that.
Like you said, there could be more work for like the Phillies bullpen if they just stay consistent. I mean, Tajon Walker, really exciting beginning when he first came to the Phillies, but I mean, he just has to step it up. He, Aaron Nola, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He's been hurt for a good part of the season. I mean,
Hmm.
his IP is only at 49.2.
Right.
Orion Kirkering, he hasn't played a lot of games. He's been obviously been in some games, but not for long. And
Hmm.
we could definitely work on some really good improvements, but we just need like honestly 3 out of 5 most inconsistent pitchers to start playing
Hmm.
better, start being like on task, be like, okay, we need this done, we need this done, we need this done. Then I
Right.
feel like the Phillies could start to win and make a great run to the World Series and possibly win it. So
Absolutely, I agree.
that's
Yeah,
all.
man, I do think that they have a chance. I think it's very, very possible. I don't think it's very far out of reach. I think that it's an attainable goal. And I think that Bryce Harper finally needs to kind of get over the hump. You know what I mean?
I mean, he came back from injury, as we all know. I mean, he was out for like at least like almost about I'll say like 2 weeks, around 2 weeks. He was out
Hmm.
for. So I mean, obviously he's now trying to get into the groove of things. I mean, he's only been back for about I would say about 2 weeks from his
Right.
injury. So I see where he's coming from. But honestly, I mean, for what he's been doing, I mean, he had a home run today. So I mean, I see where like he's trying to like get back to the groove of things.
Right.
So I mean, it's good for him. Um, there's a lot of players that could work, honestly. Like could work on some stuff. I mean, Max Kepler, for example, not the greatest at the bat, but definitely could work on it.
Yeah, maybe not the greatest, but I would say, you know, there's room for improvement. But,
For sure.
um, yeah, Phillies are definitely contenders if they can lock in 1,000%, especially when it comes to, um, you know, especially when it comes to some of this stuff when when I think of the Red Sox and everybody say hello to Noah. What is up, Noah? It's Noah's
What's going
first time
on?
on. It's awesome to have a fresh face on here. Hopefully we see a lot more of you, dude. But yeah, I guess the Red Sox, man. Oh, I'm excited, dude. I'm excited. There's some strong, strong, strong wins that we've had here, especially against the Dodgers and the Astros, post All-Star break here, and then post deadline. I mean, beating the Astros these last two games today pretty handedly. And Walker Bueller played way better than I thought he was going to play today. And I think that if he can continue at that pace, maybe Dustin May is not going to have to do as much. But if Dustin May can play like how Walker Bueller played today, like I just think that also Steven Matz was awesome today too. A great pickup for all the Red Sox fans that were tweaking about it. Matz played great today. And that's what you want to see against contending teams if we're going to stay in this race. Um, that is something I definitely want to continue to see us do. And I don't think that I think that making moves that weren't splash moves whatsoever at this deadline really did show today that we didn't need to do too much. Everybody is playing well. Duran's playing amazing. He had an amazing throw today where he threw someone out. I'm pretty sure they were going home and he threw somebody out all the way from left field. So we're starting to see Duran pick it up and play well. Rafaela has been playing amazing all season. I can't. I have so many. I don't have enough nice things to say about Saddam Rafaela, and especially Wilyer Abreu too. Wilyer Abreu has been absolutely fucking amazing. So there's nothing bad I have to say about the Red Sox right now. We are rolling. Hopefully we can get this next game out and sweep. That would be fucking awesome. And if we can do that, I mean, I think the sky's the limit, dude. I really do. So we play the Astros tomorrow at 11:35 a.m. Very early game. So I will 100% be up for that and streaming that in the Discord. But yeah, that's kind of my outside looking in on the Red Sox. I mean, William Abreu is playing great. Toro is finding his bat. Found his bat again today. Noah, you might be muted. Found his bat again today. And Narvaez is playing great, great at the catcher position. So, yeah, I mean, it's been an amazing, amazing sentiment to see the rest of these teams actually not falter, but if I'm not mistaken, the Yankees just dropped two games against the Marlins, which that right there is very telling to how important Aaron Judge is to this team. I think that they are missing Aaron Judge right now. I think that it's tough for them to kind of generate runs to a certain point without Aaron Judge in the lineup kind of being there and being able to take the weight off of some of the guys. And you could see today, they could not score today. It was really bad. I mean, um, also, I think all you guys are muted, if I'm not mistaken. It tells me all you guys are muted. I don't even know if you guys can hear me still. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
I can hear
Uh,
you. I was
okay,
just
awesome.
I put myself on mute intentionally because I was doing some typing. I was typing up my notes and stuff like that. So,
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was like the whole thing, but yeah.
but yeah, no. By all means, Imari, keep going.
Yeah. I mean, I think at the end of the day, dude, it is tough for the Yankees to get out of this skid. I think, especially playing like this defensively. I mean, Anthony Volpe, I don't get it. I really don't. The bat's there, but that dude just cannot not make an error every game to save his life. I don't know what they're gonna do defensively at that spot, but he's very lucky that that first game they played against the Marlins, he was probably the player of the game. If that whole last, I'm pretty sure he was the one that made the error at the end of the game because we were watching in Discord before we were really interrupted. I think that Volpe dog is just like I don't know what they're gonna do about the defensive side, and I feel like they feel the bat makes up for it. But while Aaron Judge is out, I think they probably could have gotten some depth, maybe a utility player that can play shortstop, and he was better defensively. Maybe that might have probably could have been where they could have gone on one of the moves, but they did shore up the bullpen. They only held the Marlins to 2 runs today. Cam Schlittler pitched today, if I'm not mistaken. So he had a great game today. Marlins only scored 2 runs. So the one team that really scares me though in this race is the Mariners. That team fucking scares me, dog. I mean, the pitching staff, the lineup up and down, and then adding Eugenio Suarez. I mean, we're already seeing it. It's just that lineup is scary. And we were watching it in the Discord the other night. The Mariners walked off. It was J.P. Crawford. They walked off the Rangers, I think, if I'm not mistaken, in the first game. And today was a little bit of a rough, well, not a rough game for them, but they lost today against the Rangers. So, on the outside looking in, I mean, the Rays won today against the Dodgers. That's a big win for them. It is a huge win to win these last 2 games against the Dodgers, who the Dodgers are struggling a little bit. That is one thing I can say too as well. The Dodgers have struggled, and the Blue Jays bounced back today against the Royals. And we had the game of the year yesterday, man. The Colorado Rockies against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Who fucking knew that that would be the game of the year? I mean, that was ridiculous, dude. That game was awesome. We were able to catch some of it. It was a 17-16 game. Now, mind you, for those who didn't watch, the Pirates were up like 15-3 in the fourth inning, third inning, and everyone thought that game was crazy, over. And I personally, on my original bet before the game had started, I put the Pirates. So I was just wipe my hands clean. I saw that score and I thought I was good. I then go check the score, like in the fifth inning. It's like 15-6. I'm like, okay, all right, whatever, couple runs. Then I go back to check around whatever. We watched a couple other games, did a roundtable, and I went to go back to check. The score was 15-14. I was like, what the fuck is going on? So then we tuned into that. We watched that, some of that. But yeah, that was the game of the year. But yeah, those are kind of my sentiments about some of the races that are going on. And you guys can roundtable it out however you guys feel. Let me know.
I mean, that game yesterday was just surprising. We have probably one of the most dynamic teams in baseball, like roster wise, has an ability that could possibly make it far into the playoffs, lose to the team with 30 wins and 80 losses. I am, for a loss of words, how the Pirates lost again to the Rockies 8-5. I mean, it was not a bad game. I feel like if the Pirates actually were playing actual baseball and just not like, messing around for like half the game, they definitely could have done something to like improve their chances of winning. But I don't see them going into tomorrow and winning a single game. I think the Rockies are going to sweep them and just walk out like nothing even happened. So,
Yeah, and they need it. They kind of need it, man.
for
That
sure.
is one thing. That is one thing I will say. They kind of need it. And I don't want to say that like I mean, I'm not the type to say teams tank personal purposely, but I think we've seen like the Rockies and Pirates are capable of winning games depending on who pitches. Like
Mm-hmm.
their lineups are not so all bad. They're just extremely inconsistent. I think the
Yeah.
the trouble that those two teams have the most is just getting on base certain games. I feel like a lot of them their offense is driven on just trying to like generate RBIs, generate hits, always getting contact. Where you see sometimes with the Yankees and the Red Sox, you see guys, or even the Blue Jays, the Astros, they're able to steal bases and extend innings. And I just don't think
Mhm.
like the Pirates and the Rockies have enough of those guys. And that's why I think like some of the teams, even just like the White Sox are not pushovers by any stretch of the means. So yeah, that is a good point. That is a very good point. I do like the foresight there on the Rockies sweeping. I think it would be good for them to show that they're not completely incompetent. And yes, then again, it is the Pirates, but they are pretty much looking like they are separating themselves as far as like the skill gap with the Pirates there on
Yeah,
as who's the worst.
I
Mhm.
mean, the Pirates probably have one of the best pitchers in the MLB as of Paul Skeens. I mean, if we put Paul Skeens on a team that has a really great defense and that has great like scoring opportunities, I
Uh-huh.
think would make it to the World Series. I mean, get some of the best players in the league, put them on the same team as Paul Skeens. I'm telling you, that team could possibly go undefeated. All right, undefeated would be an overstatement, but no, they'd give every single super team a run for their money. I couldn't see it any other way. I think the Pirates just need to play better baseball and just work with their players to see what's going on, what's the downside of each player, and just try to build up from that.
Just to
Absolutely.
add to Angelo's point, fucking Skeens would actually win a Cy Young in that instance. Like, the
Yeah.
only reason he's not winning the Cy Young this year is because his record is like 6-10, or well, 6-11 now. Maybe, I don't even know at this point. But
Right.
I think
like,
there's still a pretty significant chance. I think right now he is the lowest, like the best betting odds in the National League for the Cy Young. And there was a very similar season when DeGrom did it in 2018, where he, I think, had like a 1.98 ERA and like a 6-9 record, or like 5-9 record.
Mhm.
So I mean, it's not impossible, but like yeah,
well,
someone
who's the other pitcher that's in the running right now for it? Isn't it like
I think Wheeler.
Wheeler?
Is it,
Yeah.
or like is it maybe Yoshinobu Yamamoto?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, NL Cy Young odds. Yeah,
There's
Paul Skeens
Yeah.
is.
the chat is this. There's somebody in the chat who's asked the funny ass question. I don't even know if you guys can see it in the chat, but
No.
yes, I did reply. I couldn't reply in the middle, but yeah, keep going.
Wow.
But yeah, so I do agree. Like, I think like Paul Skeens, bro, like it's just his win loss record, dog. So, like
On-
Yeah.
that's really all it is. If he
Looking
if
at
he
the
could if he
comments.
could win it,
Paul Skeens is a minus 170. Zach Wheeler is a plus 130 on ESPN. And
Mhm.
Christopher Sanchez and Logan Webb are the next after them.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out
I mean,
Christopher Sanchez. I have him on my fantasy team. He's been a darling for me second half of the season.
Yeah, the Phillies have done a really, really good job of like they did this with Ranger Suarez too. Like sort of like we're just like a
Yeah.
before they like sort of took off. They were just like kind of like their average like number 4 pitcher. But now like
Yeah.
especially with this Phillies team getting older,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
it's good for them to have some younger arms to really kind of extend their window.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
And I'm biased. I personally think I'm biased because I said this on one of the lives already. I think it's like I'm biased. Crochet to me is the best, but with the way the Red Sox are playing now, like it's a hard argument to say that he's obviously the main reason why. But
I mean, Tarek Skubal
Mm.
also has like a 2.2 ERA on the
I
season
was
and
just
like a
gonna say
0.94 whip. So
Tariq Skubal is like probably the undisputedly the best pitcher in the league. Like there's probably just no doubt about that.
I'll give you this right now, Imari. He is a minus 450 on ESPN to win the Cy Young right now in the American League.
Who's
yeah,
Google?
yeah,
Yeah, where Paul Skeens is minus 170. So there's a staunch difference there on like,
Well, what's the
especially
difference
for
between Scooble and Crochet?
Couché's got to be like a -2 or something.
Garrett Crochet is a plus 325 right now, which I think is kind of
Really?
high, to be honest with you. Especially if Boston makes the wild card. I think
Well, what's
right
crazy
now,
is right now
that
we're
is
in the
a-
second wild card spot. We overtook the Yankees today.
yeah.
Yeah, Noah, that's a
And
good point, though.
we're only 4 games out for the best record in the AL right now, which is crazy.
Yeah, and I mean our schedule is not easy, but Noah, yeah, continue what you were saying though. You had a great point though.
I don't know. I don't know what the Scooble and Crochet's like differences are in terms of like wins, losses, ERA, WHIP, but I know Scooble. Let's see. If you guys want to continue with a discussion, I can.
Yeah, so we play the Royals next,
Okay,
which
yeah.
less troubling than the Astros, less troubling than the Dodgers, less troubling than the Phillies, less troubling than the Cubs. Fair to say. So, with that being said, we can sweep here tomorrow. We can sweep tomorrow. And we can sweep the Royals. If we can sweep the Astros, we can sweep the Royals. And if the Yankees keep losing games, and let's say the Blue Jays drop a couple, and we can sweep. I mean, I don't know. It looks real scary. And the only thing that sucks is we do play the Padres after the Royals.
Mm.
Yeah, that's
So
tough, especially after the deadline that the Padres had, bringing in
yeah,
O'Hearn, bringing in Laureano, bringing in Fermin. Like they brought in, especially on their offensive side, they really improved that team. I don't like some of that they had to give up as many prospects as they did, especially because Leo DeVries is such a stud.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! I totally forgot about Mason Miller too. Like that bullpen,
Yep,
stupid, bro.
Yeah.
yep. We also got the Astros again after the Padres.
Right.
So the Astros will be, and that's away. So the Astros will be looking to redeem themselves, and I think that they'll probably go 2 out of 3. I don't think they'll sweep us. I think they'll probably get one tomorrow against us too. I think that's probably likely. As much as I want us to sweep, we have the possibility of sweeping, but I just don't see it happening. And then after the Astros, we have the Marlins. I don't see how we don't sweep the Marlins. I really don't. I don't see how the way we're playing right now. They really don't bother me. They don't scare me at all. They're not a good team. Then we play 2 games against the Orioles. Also not a good team. That is a perfect way for us to win 5 straight games. You get the Marlins or the Orioles back to back, and then we play the Yankees on the road, and we all know that the Yankees like to play. They play in a little league stadium, so that is a chance for our bats to go cray cray. And I think that that with the way that the Yankees are playing, hopefully Judge is so important to that team that I do hope he does come back for the sake of them. Like I don't wish someone would it to stay injured, never. But like
we want it to be competitive.
We like I want to see where we stack up with a fully healthy Yankees team because I don't know. I mean, obviously earlier in the season we swept them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think now that at this juncture in the season, what's considered on the line, I think it would be good to see how we stack up against them in case we do have to play them in the playoffs, which is probably a likely possibility. So that's kind of my outlook on that. But no, yeah, I guess if you have the stats for Crochet and
I'll run through each of them. So I'll start with Scooble. Okay. He is 11-3 in 22 games started, 2.18 ERA with 140.2 innings pitched. Has a WHIP of 0.83, which is fucking insane.
Yeah.
And has only 19 walks on the season to 181 strikeouts. Crochet, on the other hand, is also 22 starts, 2.23 ERA with 141.1 innings. He has given up 38 walks to 175 strikeouts with a 109 WHIP. So, like, very similar numbers. But the fact that Scooble, we are now in August, and that he's still at a under 0.85 WHIP is just insane to me.
Yeah.
Definitely, he does. Granted, he does benefit from being in a very pitcher-friendly park, but
right,
you do not, especially from a southpaw, you just don't see those kind of numbers come off too often from a starter.
Absolutely. Yep. I 100% agree with you. That was great analysis, dude. Great analysis.
Thank you.
Absolutely, dude. I think that Scooble really the WHIP number to me is just I think he stayed under 1 all year, which is I think in shit like that. I don't know how or because I just got back into baseball, but this past season, couple seasons ago. But we were asked what our favorite teams are actually quickly. Lock in my favorite team. I'm a Red Sox fan. Connor's a Red Sox fan. Ant's a Yankees
Yes, I
fan.
am. Red Sox and
Angelo's a
Pats and
Phillies fan.
Celtics and all that.
No, wait, what team are you a fan of? Blue Jays. Oh, we got a Blue Jays guy in here. Okay, good. Yeah, I guess, for the next segue into that, like, how do you feel about the Blue Jays right now?
We've been hot. Like, I can't complain, man. The only thing is going into the deadline was our starting pitching, and I really like the addition of Bieber. Like, I kind of hate that we had to give up such a riser prospect like Kai Steven, but at the same time, you've seen the upside with Shane Bieber when he was on the Indians/Guardians, and
Yep.
you like to see that, and he's also has been going out, has a really good rehab assignment right now. So, and especially if we can get Alek Manoah back by September, that could be a really good thing for the Jays to have all those starting pitcher options head into October.
Right.
Obviously, I would have liked if we could have gotten another power hitter, but Ty France could still definitely get you some hits. But at the same time, we are first place in the American League and only have a plus 19 run differential. So you really just you see how well we're doing the little things.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, that's the problem with the Yankees right now, I would say. The Yankees are just the little things, bro. You saw what happened with Jazz Chisholm today. That was really upsetting. As someone who Jazz Chisholm is like my favorite player.
He's a mute, yeah.
I love Jazz Chisholm and I love Trey Turner. Those are like my two favorite guys. And I just think that Jazz with that whole thrown out at first thing, like you can't do that. There's just things as you're supposed to be, I guess maybe not a leader. But you are supposed to be someone maybe on this team that people will follow. There are things that maybe because of your caliber of player, people are going to be watching what you're doing. Even if you aren't a leader, people are going to be watching the little things you do. And we all know that Jazz has a problem with plate discipline. Oftentimes he gets very stuck in these strikeout situations. I think if he were able to take more, he can get himself on base to actually steal bases. And I think that his speed is an advantage. And a lot of the guys on the Yankees, too, the speed is their advantage. And same thing on the Blue Jays, though. But I just feel like the difference between a lot of these teams and the Blue Jays is their base running, too, sets them apart offensively. I think they're so good at running the bases. And I think they make very minimal mistakes defensively, too, that they're a very hard team to beat.
And that's the thing, like you said, Amari, that the Yankees are struggling with. The Yankees just try to get the best starting pitching they can and slug their way to winning games into a championship. And as a result, they are third place in the American League East. And with their shit defense, and they still have a plus 96 run differential.
Yeah.
That's a whole Yankees, 80-something points over the Toronto Blue Jays. And you see what the Jays are doing this year, and just all like you said, all those little things, right? And the Yankees, unfortunately, are kind of the opposite of that.
Yep, and we saw this series too. The Red Sox, we have cleaned that up. Like Duran throwing homeboy out today was a big sign to me. He's locked in. He made a lot of errors this year, and a lot of this shit comes down to, like you said, the little things. And I feel like right now, the Red Sox and the Jays, we're just doing the little things. And that's the reason why we're this hot. And I think that the Red Sox, like I was saying all year, if you guys have seen the Bi-Coastal Baseball podcast or other lives, I genuinely have been saying the one thing we need to fix is the little things. Making sure we are running the bases correctly. We have been running the bases beautifully. We're not getting thrown out. That was a problem at the beginning of the year, throughout the first half of the year. Catching the ball or tracking the ball out in outfield, that was a problem for Duran a tiny bit. And I think he's cleaned it up so much to the point where we saw today how much of a threat his arm is. One hopper to throw a guy out at home today. Yeah. It wasn't first, excuse me. And I know I mentioned that a couple of times, but that play to me was great to me because I'm starting to see Jarren Duran is starting to get confident in his ability. I think he's starting to play his game. I think he realizes when he gets RBI opportunities, you don't have to hit a home run, dog. Use your speed. You get an infield hit, do something. Just get on base. That is your
No,
job.
for real.
Your job is not to hit RBIs. This is what we have Trevor Story and Alex Bregman and Will Abreu for. Those guys, let them do that. But with Duran, it's like I think he's finally realizing I don't have to do too much. Let me do what Rafaela does. Same thing with Rafaela, except the difference between him and Rafaela is I feel like Rafaela has found his power bat a little bit more. And I feel like Duran has lately been hitting with power, but I feel like he's just been smarter at the plate. I feel like he hasn't been swinging at too many pitches. I feel like he's just taking what comes to him. He's getting on base and he's stretching these innings out, and he's able to do that. So that's going to be a big thing for a lot of these teams moving forward. And I think also we were just talking about this earlier, like the Phillies. The Phillies do great on the base pass too. They're a team that bullpen for them, that's going to be their X factor. I feel like is their bullpen. That's 100% going to be their X factor. And a lot of these teams have done a little bit of a 180. Like the Twins, they were winning games. I don't know what the fuck happened to them. I really don't.
Yeah.
They
It
really
just sold.
I don't know what it is. They're under 500 right now, if I'm not mistaken. They've had a tough at post All-Star break. It's been tough for them.
What
And
team
they
is
just
this
traded
you're talking about?
everybody at the deadline, low key.
Yeah, and they
Other than
sold. They sold at the deadline too.
Oh, is this the Minnesota Twins?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sad to see how far they've kind of fallen off. And also the Giants, man. You look at that lineup and you look at that crop of players and you ask yourself, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
It's got to be a clubhouse thing. It's got to be.
Probably.
Only because, you saw the whole thing with Devers, right? He said, oh, yeah, I'm going to come here and play whatever. I'm willing to play whatever. And then you see a month later, he hasn't been playing well either at all.
No.
He has not been playing well.
Like shit at first base.
Horribly.
He's been playing like shit.
He should have just shut up, played first, and stayed his ass here. He should have.
Either that or he should have just shut up and kept playing DH.
Or that. And he was perfectly fine just swinging the bat. I mean, this is what I said on another live on Bicoastal. Dog. He needs to lose weight. He wanted to play third, but he didn't want to lose weight.
Yeah.
So, if you're my third baseman, I need you to be able to quickly get the ball or whatever the case may be, get it to first, get it to second. You have to be able to create those plays. You see how good Alex Bregman and Trevor Story are next to each other. Or you see how good Meyer was next to even Trevor Story. I think that was such a big problem that now you're seeing it over in San Francisco, and he's not willing to move. And on top of him not willing to move, he's not even fucking playing well. So I think Craig Breslow looks like
this reminds me of?
He looks like a genius right now. Craig Breslow looks like a fucking genius. And it's hard to argue right now, especially after the way Matt's played today. Dustin May, the jury's still out. But if Dustin May can play anything like Walker Buehler played today, it's up. It is 100% up. So, yeah, what were you saying, Connor?
You know what this situation reminds me of?
Mm-hmm.
With Devers, it reminds me of Pablo Sandoval a lot, honestly.
Yeah, that's a good comparison. Yeah, Pablo did blow up like a balloon a little bit.
Yeah, that's crazy because Pablo played for the Red Sox and Giants too.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, that is exactly pretty much what it is. And I think that, Ant-Man, you guys got a lot to think about over there, bro, with Anthony Volpe. He's probably going to get offloaded this offseason, bro, for an upgrade.
Yeah. You
guys need a two-way shortstop. And I don't think Volpe is even probably amongst the best of the bats amongst the shortstops, if I'm not mistaken, anyways.
Yeah,
No.
I mean, I think that's sort of what they would try to get Jose Caballero for from the Rays. He is someone that can play shortstop, but wasn't getting that opportunity in Tampa because of who's their shortstop. I'm trying to remember who their shortstop is, but like
Taylor Walls,
and even when freaking Wander Franco was on the team, like he's obviously a piece of shit, and it's good that he's not on the team, but like
yeah.
Well,
because I think Junior.
Yeah, that's the dude. Wait, Wander Franco's the dude who likes 14-year-old girls, right?
Yeah. And I think Junior Caminero came up through the minors as a shortstop too. So he had Caballero had to play second and third and stuff too. But in New York, I expect him to mostly play shortstop or maybe second base.
Right.
Especially now that they have McMahon over at the hot corner.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
Last night he was playing in right field actually. So
Yeah, I guess they do have to fill right field now with Judge being out. So yeah, that's
Yeah, and Volpe, he had a great game the other night, but it's like, can he consistently do that? I'm not sure.
I
I'm
mean
not sure he could make up for, you know
he
what I mean?
didn't he certainly did in his rookie season, but like ever since that, he's just been like a 200 hitter who plays mediocre defense at shortstop.
Yep, not even mediocre.
Mhm.
I wouldn't even say mediocre.
Well, yeah, this
So-
year he's been like Bo Bichette's been a better shortstop defensively this year. It's kind of insane to think that.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little
I mean-
bit. Yeah, that is. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. How do you feel, Ant? You know, you don't look too happy, bro.
When it comes to this situation, after losing both these Marlins games, yesterday was a matter of weirdly enough, all of our acquisitions kind of had a bad. They all kind of had a bad game in some way. Bird allowed some runs. Bednar allowed some runs. Doval allowed some runs. Caballero made that critical error. And then tonight, Augustine Ramirez had 2 home runs that made the difference. So it's interesting. It's interesting whatever situation we're going through right now. Honestly, and the Red Sox passed us, obviously. I don't know. Again, just kind of going on with the flow. Whatever kind of happens. I don't know how far we drop. I don't know how far we rise. It's kind of, I'm always just kind of like wondering what happens for the rest of the season. And it feels like I'm always doing that every season. So it's gonna be interesting. Hopefully, Luis Heel, he comes back tomorrow to pitch against the Marlins, and we will see how that goes. And for the rest of the year, it's probably going to be like, I think it's probably like what Freed, Rodon,
Yep.
what? There's some
Littler.
How's Schmidt doing?
Will Warren,
Oh yeah, Will Warren.
Schlittler, and Heel. So, I mean, it's a whatever kind of
Shitler. Okay.
and I'm just kind of hoping to see how the rest of the season goes. One thing that kind of benefits both us and the Red Sox in a way is that the Rangers and Mariners are in a series against each other, so they're both just kind of like beating each other up beneath us in a way.
Mm-hmm.
We just need to get back up, to be quite honest.
Yeah, absolutely. And the defense is going to be the answer, bro. I think shoring up the pitching staff was a good move, but it's really going to be that defense, dog. It really will be.
That
And
Yankees bullpen is absolutely stacked now, and it's so funny that you bring up what you said, and that like the first game under this new bullpen with Duvall, Bednar, Bird, and they all shit the bed in their first run of it, which that was not in my bingo card for sure.
yeah, absolutely not. Absolutely not. But yeah, so with that being said, there is something that I was talking about in the Instagram group chat. It was funny to me how like the Yankees, the Red Sox, a couple other teams made offers for Sandy Alcantara and Edward Cabrera. Now I was fucking told by the Marlins fan base, I was told for fucking 2 months, Sandy Alcantara and Edward Cabrera are gonna get offloaded for fucking 2 months, which I kept saying was never gonna happen. And there's interesting information as to what I was being told about asking prices at the deadline for the Red Sox. Now, this is interesting to me because considering Breslow is so fucking unpredictable, I was really nervous. I'm just being honest. I was really nervous.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if he was going to pull some Devers type shit with Duran. I wasn't really sure how he was feeling about that because You never know with him. You just never know.
Yeah.
But my gut told me, and it always has, that Breslow's not stupid.
Right.
Like, we were able to get Roman Anthony, Marcelo Meyer, all these guys, Raphael. And these guys right now are all panning out and playing great. Christian Campbell is hot right now. That's the reason why I'm kind of upset that Toro is playing well. Because if Christian Campbell can play the way he's playing in AAA right now up here, it could get even fucking scarier. Because we saw what it was like when he played to his fullest potential here at first.
Yeah.
When he first got here before he tailed off. I think we did a poor job of like that little 2 week stint he had. I think after like the first 3 or 4 games, he was really starting to tail off. Or actually, I would say like probably 4 or 5. Those 4 or 5 games where he really just fell off a cliff on both ends because they were doing a position carousel with him. I think that killed his confidence, and he didn't know what he wanted to do, and he kept messing up a couple times. So they were just like, all right, send him back down and put him where he belongs. And he's been thriving. Like, his first week was bad when he first went down, or well, not bad, but it wasn't great. And then he just started picking it up gradually, and now he's hot. And I feel like that could come in handy. Maybe if they get him to try and play another position. Like I said, I don't want a carousel. But if they can get him to play another position to play behind somebody else so we can move some people around, like for depth purposes at the utility spots, like Rafaela can play shortstop and outfielder, but obviously Story plays shortstop, so he doesn't have any reason to go there. But Rafaela can move around the outfield. Meyer's playing second right now, right?
Is he?
I don't know.
He was playing. I know he was playing third when he got called up because of Bregman
at
being
first,
injured,
but that was because Bregman was hurt. So I think
Yeah.
I think he's been playing like shortstop or second.
Yeah, I think Meyer's been playing second base. So, and then Meyer can also play third, God forbid, in case Alex Bregman, you know what I mean? Just in case. So, I think with that being said, like I told you guys, I was being told Edward and Sandy were going to get moved. Now, here's why I said they weren't going to get moved. The asking prices were too high. And I kept saying, I don't have faith in the Marlins GM that he's going to do the right thing. Because I have never seen the Marlins do the right thing my whole entire fucking life. So I have zero fucking faith. And I was born in 99, folks. The last time they won a World Series or went to one was 2003. I was fucking 4 years old.
And
I'm 25.
Maybe 1.5.
Like,
I was 1.5.
Ant wasn't even fucking born. So that to give you a perspective on that. And I never even thought that, like, Edward Cabrera was more movable to me than Sandy was. And I get it. ERA is not everything. And I get some of the stats might be a little bit inflated to piss poor numbers because of they're on the Marlins. But I just never saw the asking prices that mock trades I saw and other things I saw within the Marlins fan base. It just didn't make sense how much they were asking for in return for these guys. Especially with like the junctures that a lot of these teams were at the time, especially at the deadline. It was hard for me to sit there and say that some of these guys that were going to go for them were going to be utility players is what they were looking for, or younger players who are playing well right now. And I think the example that I have the most about that whole entire thing is we gave up Blaze Jordan for, who was it? Steven Matz, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then it was James Tibbs and Zach Earhart for Dustin May.
Yeah.
The James Tibbs bit just makes me laugh, honestly, because that was one of the big pieces in the Devers trade, and then you just ship him off for Dustin May.
Yeah, see, but this is what made me believe Breslow saw something in this team that maybe we've been saying, or obviously we've been saying it on the pods, but maybe he sees something way more in the clubhouse and the continuity and the chemistry and the coaching staff is all working at a well-oiled machine. He's there every day. We're not. So he must have real faith in this squad right now and the acquisitions that he added, that these are going to be good locker room guys. These are going to be even probably better players than they're going to be locker room guys, because we already have our core group of locker room guys. And I think with that being said too, like, it just boggles my mind that people thought Sandy and Edward were going to go. And let me tell you something. Before I actually say that, this is the tweet that was after the deadline. After the deadline was over, this was the tweet from a very credible source, John Heyman. I'll read you guys the exact tweet. for those who aren't watching, I can't put it on screen because I'm on a different phone. But the Yankees declined to give up either Spencer Jones or George Lombard for Sandy Alcantara. The Marlins control Alcantara and Edward Cabrera for multiple years after 2025, so they needed something big. The Cubs and the Red Sox, now listen, the Cubs and the Red Sox tried hardest
Yep.
the entire deadline period,
To
but
get
no one came especially close to making a deal for Sandy or Edward. Now, this is what this tells me as someone who can dissect things beyond the field and all other stuff. If you really pay attention and you love this shit, like you'll pay attention to front offices. You've ever played organized sports at a high level, Angelo, me, Connor, and any of you guys know. You ever played at a decently high level, you know what it takes to win, especially on a team sport. And the GM, I'm sure he's aware of what he needs, but that last sentence really tells me the driving price for them was fucking astronomical.
Yeah.
If teams were trying that hard to make a deal with you, and the report is that no one could come close to anything to you, that tells me you were trying to stiff everybody. Either you were trying to stiff everybody or you're trying to fleece everybody. It was one or the other.
Yeah.
And it makes me feel like with the Red Sox, because I saw reports, these apparently, the Marlins with this, these are rumors. Apparently, a bunch of other teams that wanted to make trades with us, the reason why we didn't go haywire crazy is because these were the players that were the driving force of the asking price. Meyer, hell no. Anthony, hell no. Fucking Rafaela, fuck no. Abreu, even bigger fuck no than any of those players I just named. And then Duran, who was like, okay, I said fuck no, but I understood the sentiment of other teams as to why they wanted to get rid of Jaron Duran for what the prices were and what potentially the rumors were. But I just felt like the Padres didn't have anything we wanted. And that to me was like the biggest rumor I felt like I saw tweets and Instagram posts about. And I just didn't feel comfortable trading him away to them, and the way they operate trading wise just didn't sit well with me. So I wasn't comfortable with that. But I could see the sentiment and why that would happen. So I think that was very eye-opening to me, especially the fact that no one came close and everyone was apparently trying pretty hard to get him. These are good teams with good pieces that they were trying to compromise. But those asking prices must have been so astronomical to the point where, fuck it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, screw it. We're not even going to pay attention to this type of move. And I think that Breslow does a good job of that. And Breslow does a good job of hanging up the fucking phone. Because I am sure, I am telling you, if he wanted to trade one of those guys, he would have got it done. We saw it with Devers. So that's like an interesting little tidbit about the Yankees, Red Sox, Cubs, Marlins. And it's interesting that didn't Spencer Jones get moved in another deal?
No, he stayed.
No, he didn't.
Okay. I feel like
Everson Pereira was in the Jose Caballero trade, I think.
Okay. Because I'm like, I swear. Wasn't there a rumor Spencer Jones was going to be traded somewhere else, though?
There was some rumors. I think it was like maybe even in a Paul Skeens trade at some point, or like some other like significant.
Okay.
Yeah, that
player,
was,
or like maybe Eugenio Suarez, but
that was making me nervous.
Obviously, the Yankees got McMahon, so
The Skeens to Yankees rumor shit, that shit was making me nervous.
yeah.
I was genuinely concerned. I was like, who are they going to give up? Fucking Aaron Judge? Like, no way.
Yeah.
It would have been like
I
close to the
wasn't too
Bengals or something like
concerned
that.
with it because I knew the Pirates were in, and they're not going to give Skeens right now. They're just like not right now. They're
Well,
not.
no, the asking price would have been like fucking insanely high.
Yeah,
Especially
The
like because
fact
he's
that-
only in his sophomore season. He still has like 3 more years before he even hits arbitration. Like
before
Yeah,
the
see.
game today, he had a 1.81 ERA. Like,
Skeens'
Yeah.
ERA alone in July was like a 0.65.
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely.
like forget about
Absolutely.
today. He allowed 4 earned runs today with run support, but today's irrelevant.
Yeah, I mean, I will say one thing, bro. You guys got a lot of defensive issues on your hands, but when Judge comes back, I feel like Judge comes back, everything will be cool. honestly, with that bullpen, when Judge comes back
Yeah.
fully healthy, he plays. I think everything will be fine, bro. It's really
I
just
feel
Judge you
like
guys are missing.
I feel
I
like
mean,
we just
honestly,
gotta find
though,
the balance.
also with the Yankees, though, like y'all might be screwed at least till Judge comes back because the Red Sox just got the top spot in the wild card. Then you guys have to fight off the Mariners and the Rangers. So I mean, good luck for now till y'all get Judge. That's
Toronto Blue
all I
Jays
got.
maybe too.
Both the Rangers and the Mariners are 2.5 games behind us. So
Yeah, that too.
so there's a little bit of cushion for us for the time being.
Not
Right.
that much. If y'all are gonna get swept by the Mariners tomorrow, that's gonna hurt y'all
Not the Mariners.
tremendously. I mean the Marlins. The Marlins.
Marlins. Yeah.
I don't think we're going to get swept by the Marlins. Like I feel like we won't let that happen.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
The Rangers series upcoming is going to be interesting to say the least.
Yep.
Wait, y'all got to play the Rangers?
After the Marlins, yes.
Yep.
Nope. Y'all are cooked. Y'all are screwed. That's just my
Yep.
opinion. That's
I
just
want
my
to
opinion.
see what happens with that.
Yep. Absolutely.
I got faith in us that we could give the Rangers some type of problems.
Right.
Because if y'all have to face DeGrom and Evaldi during that series, y'all are cooked.
We wouldn't. Because
Now that Merrill Kelly's on the Texas Rangers too.
Yep.
Yes, but Kelly pitched today, and I'm pretty sure DeGrom pitches ever.
How's
I
Tyler
think he
Mahle doing? Is he still? Oh, he's on the injured list. Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, he is.
He was doing really, really good until he got injured. So
Who?
Tyler Mahle,
Tyler
2.34. His whip's a little
Okay,
high, but he had a
so-
2.34 ERA.
Yeah.
DeGrom is pitching today against the Mariners.
DeGrom
so
is
you might have to not face DeGrom. But y'all have to face Pat Corbin. Then
Corbin's
y'all
having
have
a
to face
surprisingly good season, honestly.
Then y'all
considering
have to
his
face
role.
Evaldi.
Yeah, Valdi's a stud.
Yep.
And
Absolutely.
then
He just
y'all
came back
have
from
to
injury not too long ago,
face
too.
Jack. So honestly, bro, good luck.
Oh yeah, Jack Leiter too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Is Cooper Rocker still in that rotation right now, or did he get sent back down?
He got sent down.
Okay,
Yep.
that's what I thought. He's still
But-
pretty young. He can
He
figure
got
it
He
out.
said
sent
he's
down?
out of the.
Yeah.
At the same
Yep.
time, though, I believe Freed might.
I mean,
pitch
I'm on the
series.
side of saying, yeah, you guys could win a couple games, but at the same time, y'all have to face freaking Evaldi and then Corbin, and they've been playing good. So you could lose 2 out of 3, and y'all are looking at on the outside of the wild card race again.
It's
So
a possibility. It's a possibility.
It's a possibility, but
That defense keeps playing the way it is. Shit.
it's
Yeah.
going to be interesting. He's going to
Low key, this is like one of the first times in a really, really long time where there's like a lot of parity in both leagues right now. Because like, especially last year, like in the American League, there wasn't a ton of parity. But like, I'm seeing 3 different teams in the AL East that are looking.
Mm-hmm.
Tigers, obviously, and then there's 3 teams in the American League West that are looking right now. And like the Royals bought at the deadline too, and then the Guardians are 2 games above 500 as well. So you never know what could happen.
Right. Absolutely.
You saw how much the Mariners and Astros beefed up their teams, and same with the New York Yankees. But it's just a matter of who, like, what August and September do. How like the 2 going to the 28-man rosters will affect every team.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Absolutely. Yep. And
That's just the American League.
With that being said, great MLB roundtable. I'm gonna dive right into some football topics just real quick for those who want to join. So the biggest thing to me right now, let's just start. Patriots training camp has been a whole 180 from last year. Like, it is getting to the point where we're talking about like the Patriots actually have a chance of getting Terry McLaurin. And the reason why I'm going to tell you guys they have the chance of getting Terry McLaurin is because they have the trade pieces, and not only do they have the trade pieces, bro, they also have the money. They have $60 million in cap space.
which is the
So
most in NFL right now.
at this fucking point, if I'm the Pats, right, and let me think about this, right? The Browns got better because say what you want about Shador Sanders, but he's going to end up winning that fucking job. If Joe Flacco doesn't ball out, he's going to end up winning that job. Dylan Gabriel has thrown at least a pick to 2 picks a day every training camp day so far. He don't even look like an NFL quarterback right now. And like I said to everybody, Dylan Gabriel was my last fucking quarterback off the goddamn board. Well, actually, he wasn't my last because I didn't even have Tyler Show on my board, my top 5 board. So I didn't even think he was going to get drafted before half of these dudes. So I don't even think that that's going to work out. But God forbid they're going to trade one of the quarterbacks, and it's looking like Kenny Pickett and or Dylan Gabriel are going to get traded because I don't see how they trade Shador. It really doesn't make any sense. He literally has looked like the best quarterback in the whole entire camp, and he's running with the ones. All the guys like him in camp. So the reason why I brought up Shador is because another guy who's supposedly a locker room problem, Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs has apparently been one of the best leaders on the team. He apparently is not concerned about a bunch of BS. He knows his role this year is to be a leader and a mentor. And I think he knows coming off an ACL injury, he's probably not going to get 1,000 yards. I have him at, I think he's going to get like 850 to 950. I think he might hover between 900 and 1,000. But I'm not sure with Mac Hollins being on the team. Then you got to spread the ball to Travion Henderson and Ramondre Stevenson in a run-heavy offense where Drake May
I was
is
about to
probably
say
going
with the
to do
run
a,
heavy, yeah.
he's probably going to do also do a lot of RPOs. And I think you got Demario Douglas, who is now probably going to be moved to a wide receiver 3. He's not your best receiver anymore, thank God. And then now moving him to wide receiver 3 actually gives him more opportunities to play against corners who are probably significantly less talented than him. And then you got Diggs, who's probably the one, so he's going to take a lot of attention away. And then Mac Hollins is going to thrive as being a wide receiver number 2, like he did over in Buffalo. So
Yeah.
I think and then not to mention, first of all, the second best receiver at camp has actually the best receiver consensus other than Diggs has been Kyle Williams. Apparently, Polk and Baker, I'm all set on fucking Jalen Polk and Javon Baker. I'm good. And the reason why I say that is because I'm seeing all this stuff in training camp and, we're not going to fix anything or do anything differently from last year. Bro, you need to. You fucking need to. Because you guys are not good. You guys aren't good. And I'm just being honest.
Chisholm is outperforming.
You aren't good. You aren't good. And Chisholm, okay, I get it. He's another one of those Patriots lover boy guys. He's short, white, plays the game right. Oh, he's sneaky athletic. He's like, bro, fuck out of here with all that shit. As much as I love Efton Chisholm, like as far as what he showed in rookie camp, he's been playing with the 2s and 3s. He's been playing with the 2s and the 3s. He hasn't gotten 1 reps yet. So that tells me everyone was going a little bit too far in on the Efton Chisholm. Oh shit, fucking Danny Amendola 2.0. Like, bro, get the fuck out of here. Danny Amendola was already good before he even came to the Pats. So
No, you're right.
So I love that Patriots fans love that the sneaky athletic guy in this position like all the time. But with Vrabel being here and the amount of money we spent and the guys we picked up, I think it's very clear Vrabel has left that way of thinking behind because I think obviously he's aware he can't be Bill Belichick. No one's going to replace Bill Belichick here. It's just not possible. We probably aren't going to see something like this for another fucking 50 years what you saw with the Patriots. It's just not going to happen unless my Chiefs somehow fucking find a way with all the good teams and the good players coming in the league. Somehow we fucking find a way to make it a dynasty and Mahomes gets 5 or 6, then I guess we can maybe be in the same breath. Just because Brady got 6 there and he got his 7th in Tampa. So the years he had in Tampa were crazy too. So the Pats, man, the defense has looked exceptional. Drake May, just surprisingly enough, Drake May has been the most consistent player by report, which is good to know considering he is going up against a top fucking 4 defense on paper right now every single day. So to me that he's not making mistakes, you know what I mean? He's being a runner, which is what you want to see after last year, making plays with his feet. We didn't think he was that good with his feet last year. I think we knew he was good with his feet in terms of moving around the pocket and maybe getting out and extending plays. But in terms of like the way he ran the ball, like I was like, oh shit, like I didn't know you had wheels like that, bro. Like we might have to put you to the test in some RPOs and stuff. And you know what I mean? Like, I obviously, no, I'm not saying turn him into Lamar or Jalen Hurts or Josh Allen, but he needs to go get 5-6 yards. He can do it. He needs to go get a first down with his legs, 7-8 yards. Almost like he reminds me of Patty Mahomes. Like, he runs like he's fucking scared. And even like Patty Mahomes said it himself. He's like, the reason why I don't get hit and the reason why I don't get touched is because he's like, I'm deathly scared of everybody chasing me. That is why I don't get caught or touched. So, like, that sentiment, like, I hope Drake May applies that mindset. Just go get 4 or 5 yards, bro. Go out of bounds. Reset.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I will say, Will Campbell is going to be the most important player on the offense. I will say one thing. Will Campbell has looked average, but he's a rookie, so we take it with a grain of salt, right? Just because first training camp, you know what I mean? He's still getting acclimated. It's a harder position. Everything depends on the line. Offensive linemen are the most important. It's actually the most important position for those who don't, other than quarterback. The game is won and at the line. So, I think Will Campbell, he's finding his way, but the general consensus is, by report, every single day Will Campbell gets better, and that's what you want to see. If he was having a string of bad days and he couldn't figure it out, then I'd be probably a little bit nervous because he'd be behind the curve a little bit. But every day he catches up more to the curve. So, something to look forward to for the Pats. Now, I know everybody probably wants to talk about this Micah Parsons situation.
Oh my!
I mean,
overrated.
I wanted to touch on Wallace actually for the Patriots because he's been. Reports I've been seeing, he's been like on the left guard side, which apparently he might overtake Cole Strange in that position. So
I'm not so sure. Strange has experience, so
I mean, we'll see what happens. But so far, he's been playing.
He's been good, but I think
we'll see.
They'll rotate a lot. The consensus is they're going to rotate some guys to see what.
No doubt. I'm not
in the preseason.
I'm not disagreeing on the whole rotation in front. I think that's definitely what's going to happen. They're going to see what works throughout like the first like 5 weeks or so in like preseason or whatever the fuck, and also regular season, and then solidify it after that. But yeah.
Yeah, I gotta turn my AC on. Hold on. But I know you guys want to talk about this Micah Parsons situation. So to kickstart that, I guess I would say Noah has an interesting take. I heard that. To that sentiment.
I think he is a very good defensive end, very good edge rusher, but I think he is slightly overrated. I think Nick Bosa's better than him. I think Myles Garrett's better. I think TJ Watt's better. Like, and there are a lot of people that I just think treat him like he's a top 2-3 defensive end.
Let me tell you something. None of those guys do. None of those guys cover running backs and tight ends.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. None of those guys can play inside linebacker and play outside. That is the reason. The whole reason. As a pass rusher, as a D end, you are right. Those 3 guys are the most dominant guys in the game. But if we're talking about just like overall football player, like who could bring more to the table, I'd have to put Watt on the same level as probably Parsons. Parsons and Watt on the same level. Only because Watt, he can kind of get out there and cover running backs a little bit. Maybe not like in a middle linebacker position, but a guy goes out to the flat. TJ Watt is there. Like, he's no slouch. Like, I will say.
The outside, yeah.
Yeah, like the flat game, like he can run out to the flat and do X, Y, and Z. And I think that having that with how skilled the league is getting, like, I can understand why you'd say Parsons is overrated as probably a pass rusher. But he can be moved in so many different spots. He can be moved in 4 different places. It's almost just like you can even line him up inside, and he can go outside, and you can go outside and bubble him outside and cross inside. There's so many things you can do with Parsons. That's why I think he's such a good player. And I think I can agree with more of like he's overrated probably, maybe a slight bit as a pass rusher in comparison to those 3 guys you named. But I think as an overall football player, I can't. I'm not so sure. I think Myles Garrett's the best D end, but I'm not so sure. Micah Parsons is probably the best linebacker in the league. You got to remember, he's an OLB and an LB first. He just so happens to be able to play D end, like occasionally. So I would say that like his value
Right.
I'm very nervous to see what his value is going to be. This is going to reset the whole fucking market. That is if Jerry Jones wants to even trade him, because Jerry Jones just said today, a couple hours ago, he's like, we're not trading Parsons. This is part of negotiations. He's not going anywhere. And at that point, I mean, Jerry Jones has to go.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
got to go. It's just
Yeah, I mean,
it's very, the mentality is crazy to me. The full control, wanting full control at all times. Bro, you are old. And then you got caught talking about players' dicks and shit. Like, yeah, bro, it's your time.
Wow.
Give it up, bro. You was talking about players' dicks in front of Jamie Foxx. They caught you on camera.
I mean,
on a hot mic.
The other crazy part is literally like he wouldn't let his agent be with him during a contract negotiation. So that just shows he doesn't really like. He only wants to like kind of screw over the players a little bit because like, I mean, most of the players are smart, right? Like literally most of them have like good or greater intelligence. But at the same time, these players need their agents because there's some stuff that players won't know that the agent will know. So it's just like at that point, I think Parsons kind of just stuck up for his agent and was like, yeah, no, we don't want to be treated like this. I'm getting the fuck out of here. So I mean, like,
absolutely.
I do see the whole part where this could be part of contract negotiations, but at the same time, I just feel like this is gonna sound like a little bit of a crazy take, but I'm kind of watching on what like injuries happen for a certain team to the realm that what's his name is pulling strings. I feel like, oh yeah, the Eagles. I feel like they're kind of pulling strings a little bit. And I wouldn't be surprised if Howie Roseman is kind of putting some dark magic on this situation.
They're going to have to trade some young guys.
But
I was going to say,
I feel like they have a lot. I feel like
Eagles won't do that.
I feel like the Cowboys might want. This sounds a little crazy, but it's just the Eagles have a lot of young pieces that probably Jerry would want. So it's just like, I doubt it, but I see like a slight dark horse situation. That's all I'm gonna say on the Eagles.
All I can say is
I fucking hope not. And the reason why I'll tell you that, well, actually not. I hope not. That wouldn't happen because I know Jerry Jones is fucking stupid. But Jerry Jones is not stupid enough to trade Micah Parsons to his in-division rival.
He's not.
That's why I say it's a dark horse situation. I don't see it as like the top tier trade destination.
He might be old and stupid, but he's not that old and stupid.
He's not gonna give him to us at all. No.
And he hates the Eagles, bro. He said it before. He fucking hates them, bro.
But the thing I'm anticipating, I don't think we're going to trade for Parsons, but I don't know when is his contract up next year or when is his contract up?
Well, he's got
the next year or two.
So next year it's a team option, though. That's the thing. He's still on his rookie contract, which is fucking insane.
Yeah. So if this BS keeps going any longer, and then Parsons finds a way to get free, I don't know. I don't. How
is he going to get free though? Is the real question. They're going to cut him?
No.
Well, no, but. They're not gonna.
Hell no. They're not cutting him. That would be idiotic as fuck.
You said he has a player option, right? So what does that kind of mean? Like,
no, I think it's a team option, bro.
Oh, if it's a team option, then there's no. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
it ain't gonna be easy.
Yeah, like there's no way that he'll get traded within a divisional rival. Like it would be like obviously different sport, but like Brad Marchand to the Panthers all over again. Just like trade him to a divisional rival that keeps beating the shit out of you.
Yeah, but I feel like the difference there is that Marchand was already kind of like he was in the late stages of his career.
Exactly.
Kind of a more accomplished player.
And he just wanted a chip
right now.
And don't forget, this was like what this happened with CeeDee Lamb too. This happened with Dak. Like as soon as they were getting off their rookie contracts, there was trade rumors, and what did they do? They both extended with the Cowboys.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
here's
but
the difference
I'm not
between
saying it's gonna happen with Micah Parsons as well, but like this has been a pattern before with Jerry Jones.
But Lamb and Prescott didn't request for trades.
well, here's the
But
one thing I will say.
They did
Jerry
not.
Jones, Jerry Jones didn't go on a smear campaign of either CeeDee Lamb or Dak Prescott. He is trying to smear campaign and has put down Micah Parsons and has been trying to. And Parsons has been the most important player other than CeeDee Lamb because Dak can't stay healthy. So not giving this guy his money, thinking after you smear campaigned him, you tried to make him look like the bad guy, and then he posted all that true information, which is agent confirmed, which is even worse. That makes the organization look even worse. You were trying to smear campaign this dude, thinking he was going to go online and start talking a bunch of shit, which he didn't do. He
Well, what's
sat. They
crazy
tried to
is like
take advantage of
literally,
him. They said, "Don't bring your agent to these meetings," and he basically was just like, "Okay, I trust you guys enough," and that's where he fucked up. That's where Micah Parsons fucked up. Do you think Jerry Jones gives a shit about that? No. He was doing that so your agent couldn't be, your agent's not the middleman. Now you're sitting here thinking that these are interpersonal conversations and they're not. Whole time these are full-on negotiations. And he even said himself, these are interpersonal conversations we were having that somehow try to turn into negotiations. And Micah Parsons has to have some sort of accountability, but also that doesn't make it any more right that the organization is doing a whole fucking smear campaign, Jerry Jones trying to make him look like the bad guy because he's asking to get paid what he's owed. And if the 5th-year team option, bro, he's gonna bounce. And this year, I'm telling you, the Cowboys have a chance. The Cowboys have a chance, but it's not as big of a chance as people fucking think. It just George Pickens is a needle mover to me, but he's not enough of a needle mover to me to say, oh shit, they're gonna win the Super Bowl, bro. That defense can't stay healthy. And he's great. Don't get me wrong. Maybe they win one playoff game. But then again, like, I guess I can't really talk shit because that whole situation with Terry McLaurin, if he's out the door too, then the Commanders decline and the shit's wide open.
I
Wide
mean,
fucking
here's
open.
another thing. With Terry McLaurin, that's an interesting situation because I don't know. I haven't really done my full research on some of the things. But I did see some clips roaming around that it seems like he's still in good graces with the GM of the Commanders. Like so I don't know. This could be I honestly though, I could see this being a ploy to just get paid more than Debo because I think that was a big problem where Debo has a huge got paid like what 20 mil to be on like the Commanders, and he wants to get paid more than him because he's been more consistent and young. So I mean, maybe not more consistent because Debo's still a dog, but he's young and he's been, not hurt as much as Debo in some aspects. But it's just like the McLaurin situation. The only team, obviously, even though this sounds biased, but it's like it seems like he could go to New England because they need one more. We could just use one more guy at this point because
Absolutely.
we have a huge depth chart issue with our receivers where we have so many that we could just give up one or two and some picks and call it a day.
Yeah.
So it's just but another team that I could see McLaurin going to would probably. This is gonna sound a little crazy, but I mean, I could see him going to Pittsburgh. I don't know why, but I could see him going to Pittsburgh because they might have realized, oh shit, we could have had a crazy wide receiver duo of Pickens and Metcalf, and we just let that go. But Terry McLaurin's on the market, so what if they try to do that? So I don't know. Actually, another team that I thought about was the Chargers.
The Steelers don't have shit to trade other than TJ Watt, so it's you may as well just do a 1-for-1 at that point.
Yeah.
And
But
I don't even know
the
if the Cowboys can afford TJ Watt's contract. That's another
What do you
thing.
think about the Chargers for McLaurin?
That would be him and Ladd would be ridiculous.
But
Ladd broke out last year, but
then why did they draft Trey Harris?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Who they
So it's
again?
okay,
Trey Johnson.
and then the Commanders are not going to
that-
take Trey Harris in a couple picks for Terry
Trey.
McLaurin. He hasn't played a single snap. That's the only thing. That's the only downside with those two. And I also am not sure if the Cowboys have the money to like attain. Like if they were to trade Parsons, right? He's on a rookie contract still, so he's not even getting paid what he's worth.
Yeah.
So it's like if they trade him, it's not even like it makes a huge dent. Like I just don't know if they trade for a guy that's like very high caliber. Like who's it going to be? Their offense is already stacked.
Yeah.
I guess what you maybe trade for some corner depth because the corners can't stay healthy. Then at that point, who do you give up? Like at that point, yeah, it's just a tough situation, bro, with the Cowboys. It's a very tough situation because there's only so many things you can get in return, unless you can somehow send him to the depths of some shitty ass team, and like trade him for first round picks and hope that those teams tank. That's probably their best bet, and maybe to fleece whoever off of whatever. I don't know what the situation is or how they feel about certain players, but I'd have to also look at their roster. But I know for a fact that Parsons is going to be hard to move, and I think Terry McLaurin with his asking price is going to be even harder to move, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, like his asking price for what he wants, it's like I think Terry McLaurin is also like 30, bro.
Yeah, he's
He and Deebo Samuel are both 29.
Yeah,
I have
29.
a
Yep.
rumor actually that I just saw.
Oh, he'll be 30 by
about-
September 15th. McLaurin will be 30 by September 15th.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, one rumor that I just peeped about Micah Parsons is
Mhm.
the Green Bay Packers.
They could definitely use some pass rush help. So
Now,
what would the
however,
price
this
be?
rumor slash like trade proposal that the report is from is Romeo Dobbs, a first round pick and a second round pick next year.
yeah, that's a high cost.
That's not even really that high of a cost.
I don't know. It's Romeo
Because if you
Dobbs.
think
Because
about
it's
it,
a
if
it's
the
a
Packers make the
2026
playoffs,
first and a
They'll be like pick-
27 second.
They'll be like pick 21 or something like that.
yeah, that's not high enough for Parsons. That's not high enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Packers, it'll be like the highest is probably like what 21, 22, and then the lowest, like if they can get to the divisionals, will be like 25, 26.
Yeah.
So the Packers have 31 mil in cap space, and then they have 27.3 in additional effective cap space.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like I can see it, but I'd have to look because I'm looking at the Packers depth chart right now.
Parsons would pretty much eat up the rest of their cap space because he's gonna be a big payday.
Unless you trade them Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, which I mean, do you really want to do that if you're the Packers?
No.
That's the thing. No, exactly.
Because then Marshawn Lloyd is your second option, and who? Yeah, no, no. But then again,
their run game is pretty mid right now, other than Jacobs. That's crazy.
Yeah, then that's the thing. I don't know if the Packers have the capital to trade. They'd have to package like
a couple other teams.
I mean, it depends.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that the Denver Broncos could make a push for Parsons or McLaurin?
Nah, because the
definitely
Broncos,
not Parsons. Yeah, you know what? Never mind. Yeah, Broncos secondary is already fucking disgusting.
Well, so here's the thing about the Broncos. They just signed fucking Zach Allen to a 4-year extension.
Oh yeah,
and it's like $65 million with like
how's that?
I think it's like 30 something guaranteed. So yeah, no, they don't even got the money. And their defense already, bro. This shit, it's the best defense on paper.
Especially their secondary is just insane.
They got Zach Allen, DJ Jones, John Franklin Myers, Nick Bonito, Alex Singleton, Dre Greenlaw, Jonathan Cooper, PS2, Talanoa Hufanga, Brandon. Now that one right there,
Hufanga's insane too.
Insane. Like I don't even need to read you like Brandon Jones, Riley Moss, and Jadae Barron.
They stole half of the 49ers defense. That's crazy.
And then their fucking linebacker depth is also crazy. DeAndre Tillman, Justin Strad, and Drew Sanders, and Jonah Ellis. Like, how's that even fair, bro?
I know.
How's that even fair? Like,
I'm gonna throw two more tidbits before I have to.
Oh yeah, and Jaquan McMillan. I forgot him too. Another cornerback, Jaquan McMillan.
Yeah. I'm gonna throw in two last tidbits before I leave this pod to go to work. So this is another thing. Two teams that are possibly linked to get Parsons at this current moment are the Buffalo Bills, which they just lost Von Miller, so that's kind of interesting.
Cleared cap, yeah.
And then the Chicago Bears.
Oh, Bears.
Damn.
If I was the Bears,
And the last thing that I will say is the Cowboys are leaning towards trading Parsons to an AFC East team. So
Well, the
take
Bills
that
don't
as-
have the cap, so
So take that as you will.
yeah. And then you said what was the second one?
The
The
Bears.
Chicago
Oh,
Bears.
Bears.
The Bears. Okay.
Bears would be interesting.
Let's see. Bears cap space.
At
Their
this
main thing was
point,
O-line
if
last
I'm
year,
the
though.
Patriots, if I'm the Patriots, I'd rather take Parsons than McLaurin, in my opinion.
Yeah, they have 13 million in cap. So
The Bears?
yeah.
Yeah, that's rough.
Well, because DJ Moore is getting 24 mil, Montez
Yeah,
Sweat's
and
getting 25, Jalen
Jonas-
Johnson's getting 21,
How much is
Tremaine
Jonas
Edmonds
Sweat
getting
making?
17, Jonah Jackson's getting 14, like they're pretty spread out, and Caleb Williams is also getting like 8 mil.
Caleb's gonna eventually get a bigger contract too.
Yeah, Caleb's
So-
on his rookie deal. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he's probably if he balls out this year, they'll restructure him, no doubt.
Yeah.
And the Bears depth chart, bro, is insane. They honestly, I might have to like the Bears are a team I'm pretty fucking high on. I will be honest.
Yeah, I think it'll
I
just
will
be
be
on their
honest.
O line because like Caleb statistically and analytically was actually a really good quarterback last year. It's just he had like the Bears just had one of the fucking worst O lines in
He
the
just
league.
had a shit on line.
Yeah, like,
they
he
had
had
like
over
second to worst to the
He,
Bengals
like-
or something.
he had like over like 3,000 yards.
Yeah, he played amazing for what it was in front of him. I think the one thing is Roma Dunze will be hopefully fully healthy this year, but then he's got help on defense. He's got Dexter Senior at tackle, Grady Jarrett, Montez Sweat, Oda Yingbo still there, Tremaine Edmonds, TJ Edwards, Jalen Johnson, Jaquan Brisker, Kevin Byard, Tyreek Stevenson, Kyler Gordon, Josh Blackwell, Jonathan Owens. They got a deep defense this year, man, and I think the Packers are so unproven. Like, I think Caleb Williams could outplay Jordan Love this year. I think it's a very high possibility.
Yeah,
I don't trust the receivers to stay healthy on the Packers, and I don't even trust them in general. Even without them staying healthy. Like, Jaden Reed is on my banned list. Like, literally, I will never bet. I will never bet on Jaden Reed ever again in my life. Never. But yeah, guys.
who do you think?
Yeah. Do we have what else do we got? Anybody else? We good? How we
Who do
feeling?
you guys think will be like the number 4 seed in the NFC North? Because like low key, it could be the Vikings, it could be the Bears. I think the Lions might take a bit of a step back with their coaching changes, but I don't know. I still think the Lions take the NFC North probably with ease.
I feel like it's still the Lions division to win.
Until the Packers can prove that their edge rush can actually do something. Yeah, I think you have to give it to the Lions.
I will say the Lions are clear-cut
I'm gonna
favorites.
see y'all later. I gotta head to work. Deuces.
All right, brother. We'll be out of here in like 2 seconds anyways. Yeah, I mean, fuck, bro.
Because like the Vikings
are going to go
were
last.
such a
We don't know what
weak
JJ
team
McCarthy
last
looks
year.
like.
Yeah, and like they had the best like top 3 defense, and like that's such a disgusting wide receiver room too, and their O line was fucked last year, and Kevin
Hawkinson was hurt.
Kevin O'Connell's just a pretty damn good coach apparently too.
I mean, I think really what it was Brian Flores for the defense. Man.
Yeah, their defense was fucked last year.
That's really what it was. And Justin Jefferson got triple teamed and double teamed all year.
Yeah.
And Jordan Ashton was hurt at times. And the only reason why they went 14-3 is because of that defense, bro.
He had some legal issues too.
Yeah. Oh, Addison. Yeah. Yep. Which is typical for NFL players for some odd fucking reason.
Yeah, I know it's fucked.
Don't really know what they're gonna do about it, but no.
Makes hockey culture look like a freaking makes it looks all like roses and butterflies.
Yeah, I feel like hockey culture is relatively like tame compared to the NFL.
Yeah, hockey culture. There's a big problem with sexual assault and stuff like that, but we don't need to get into that. It's just hockey. Both fucking hockey and football culture can just suck my wiener.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. They both got a problem with that, the assault stuff. But yeah, what a good live, guys. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Probably gonna do one a day. Probably gonna do one tomorrow. Probably gonna start doing these. Just get an hour in. It went over. Thank God we got some extra guests. That was awesome to get some extra topics.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you guys pop in more. Angelo and Noah pop in more. And yeah, what another Bay State Media Live. This was awesome. This was fucking fun to mix up topics too. I feel like the lives work a little bit more free flowing for sure.
Yeah.
As far as like the recorded special set pods. So
Maybe we could introduce some Bay State Olympics to some lives, maybe.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Actually, yeah, that might be a good idea, especially when we get guys popping in here. Yeah, that would be awesome. Do some playoff standings and whatnot for the end of the season for baseball. We could probably get into that this week. But yeah, I mean, for anybody obviously who's not people aren't watching right now. It's been a little died down since we had a couple of viewers earlier. But thank you guys for always tuning in. We've actually gotten more engagement when we've done the lives, believe it or not, than posting the actual long format videos. So I'm thinking about just like doing these lives once a day to keep the engagement, and then the longer format videos will be more thorough and thought out with a lot more other stuff. So, but yeah, this was awesome. We out.
Yes,
We're going
sir.
to Discord with it. I'll see some of you guys in Discord. If you're going to Discord, I'm going.
Good night, Jess.